Hello, beautiful people. Nisi, I'm sorry, your question is gonna have to wait until later. Hello, beautiful people. How you doing? Good to see you. We back. Yes, we is. We back. What a day. I'm tired, but I'm happy to be here with you all. Honestly could not imagine not continuing the conversation from the live earlier today. I had to leave, but I'm back. So good to see you all. Thank you all for being here. Nice to hang out with you on this wonderful Friday. Happy Juneteenth. Yes, yes, yes. Make sure that you hit the like button and change your chat settings from top chat to live chat so that you can catch all the goodness happening there. Shout out to the best mod squad on the internet. Y'all held it down this morning. Quickest snipers in the West. I appreciate you all very much. We all appreciate you. Shout out to everybody who contributed to the docket fund. I beg your grace. I wasn't able to put everybody on screen. We had a lot to get through in that 2 hours, and we had our minds blown. I did. It got blown away a couple times, going through that document. We're gonna talk about it again, yes, because I've made some notes. Now that we've read the document and learned so much, I wanted to kind of give the best and most clear and concise synopsis that I can based on what we know now, right? Because I thought this was, just two entities, and again, we learned a lot. You owe it to yourself to run it back. You will enjoy yourself. We had about 4,000 people come through that live while we were live, so that's exciting. We had a good group of folks this morning. How y'all doing? I've still not really recovered. I'm still not really recovered. That was a ride. This morning was a ride. It's been a moment. Yeah. But wait, there's more. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate always appreciate the replay gang running it back. Yeah. Yeah. So to recap, if you weren't able to join us this morning, now I have time. I can ah, say this in my normal slow pace of speaking. Drake's company, October's very own, has been sued in British Columbia. Drake is a majority owner of the company. A year and a half ago, January 1st to be exact, 2025, I made a video entitled Drake is Broke. And as I said this morning, the context of that is that Drake isn't just a person, Drake is an umbrella business entity, okay, with several subsidiaries underneath the Drake brand. And over the past 2 years, we've talked about various things that he have done that have been indicators to me that he is cash poor. When whether that's him or his business entities, there's a problem with cash flow. And I was right. So sip your drink, hit the like button. Thank you. Yeah, this morning was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful live. It really was. The energy was peak. So thank you to everybody who was able to be there, and shout out to the replay gang for running it up. I see you and I appreciate you. Okay, so I have some noteses now that I've actually read the thing. But I gotta say though, I did good for somebody who didn't read the document ahead of time. I kind of had a sense of the things that I needed to research from the one article that I skimmed, and I did that. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can, say what I think things are, and then let's see if it's true. And it turned out to be absolutely accurate. So yeah, I had proud moment this morning. I had a literal neener moment this morning, unapologetically. What? What? We got over 150 wonderful people in here. Get them likes up. So, even though I'm gonna give you the rundown now here, we're not gonna read the document again. I'm just gonna give you the, plain language breakdown of all of the things that we learned. For the sake of entertainment, you deserve to run it back and see for yourself how it unfolded during the live because yeah, there were some times where I was really stunned and undone by what we read. Okay. So, here are the cast of characters. Okay? We've got October's very own. This is the company that is being sued. This is Drake's lifestyle apparel, music, and consumer products business that is majority owned by Drake and also owned by somebody named Oliver El Khatib and another person, Noah 40 Shabib. Then another OVO entity comes up in this situation, and that is OVO Merchandising. This is a related entity that apparently has had a credit with the Royal Bank of Canada. Okay. Then there's also OVO IP Holdings, IP international intellectual property. So, this is another obviously related entity that owns intellectual property. According to the lawsuit, this entity pledged some OVO intellectual property, including the OVO name, October's very own, and the logo, the owl, as collateral for a cash loan because they brokered them broke. So those are the OVO entities that come up in the document. One of them is being sued, which is October's very own. But OVO Merchandising and OVO IP Holdings also are relevant to this lawsuit. And then there's ARI. ARI is the investment group which is lending OVO some money because they're in a very bad way cash wise. Okay. And it would appear that ARI Investments created basically a subsidiary called ARI OVO Growth Capital to manage this investment into OVO because they broke and they need cash. So, and there are also, just like there are multiple OVO entities involved, there are multiple ARI entities involved, but the ARI entity that is suing is the one that you see the screen capture of, ARI OVO Growth Capital I LLC. So, these are all allegations yet to be proven in court, but according to the complaint, OVO generated about $72 million in revenue in 2024 and nearly 400 million cumulative revenue between 2019 and 2024. However, comma, they ain't got no money. Every year from 2022, they've been in the red, in debt by millions of dollars. They ain't got no cash. So, negative 8 mil in 2024. Negative 12 million from 2022 to 2024 combined. So, large revenue business not generating healthy, sustainable operating profits. So, in this document, even though this dispute is between ARI, OVO, and OVO, in this document, we learned that Drake is having problems with the Royal Bank of Canada. OVO is having problems with the Royal Bank of Canada. This is why they went out to seek investor money in the first place because, well, loans, however you want to term it, money, cash. This is why they went out and sought cash in the first place because OVO is in trouble with the Royal Bank of Canada. And the Royal Bank of Canada said, in order for you to get out of that trouble, you're going to have to meet certain conditions, including raising $30 million cash so that we're comfortable continuing to do business with you. So, OVO, prior to its business relationship with ARI, already had a lending relationship with the Royal Bank of Canada. And Drake and his two business partners, Oliver and Noah, personally guaranteed certain obligations with the bank. So, most people here, Drake is worth hundreds of millions and assume banks are throwing money at him. But a personal guarantee means that if the company, OVO, doesn't pay, the bank may go after these individuals personally. Okay. The lawsuit goes on to say that a side letter was signed in February that would release those personal guarantees or liabilities if certain conditions were met. Um, and again, one of those conditions was you need to uh, raise $30 million in equity investment, and you're going to have to make certain payments of at least $10 million. So it would appear in order to get that $10 million, Drake signed away basically the name, October's very own, and the logo, the owl, conditionally. That was his collateral. And that's where OVO IP Holdings comes in. They're not involved they don't need money. They're the asset. They've got the asset. And the asset for collateral to get cash money from a lender or an investor is the name and the owl. And that it was only $10 million. That's not a lot of money for the name and the owl. And then he defaulted. And we read that live. We read that live on international YouTube, and I was flabbergasted, baby. At the 40-minute, 30-second mark, I was flabbergasted. Woo! I couldn't believe that. So this wasn't just a casual, we want to raise equity because we want to do some new business venture with OVO and we need, some money up front to cover costs. This was, we have a bigger financial problem with a big ass bank in Canada. And we need to get them some guarantees or we're fucked in that regard. So they go off to raise money and get some money from at least 2 different ARI entities, and they default in all directions, allegedly. So, but I'm gonna back up. I gave you a lot. I'm gonna back up, and some of it I'm gonna repeat because now I'm going back to my notes. I got excited. Strayed from my notes. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button, share the live. Okay, so March 2025, OVO approaches ARI regarding short-term bridge financing and a contemplated 30 million, equity linked raise. So what that means is, OVO needed money now while trying to secure even more money later. And the lawsuit says that OVO represented that much of the future 30 million would be used for growth marketing and expansion efforts. Okay. I think one of the funniest things that's in the document is ARI, did do some lending slash investment, but they had requirements that were just embarrassing as far as I'm concerned. For example, they were like, "Okay, if this is for growth marketing, you need professional growth marketing, not your little vibes of you just deciding you're gonna market things however the fuck you want to with you and your little friends. You need professionals. We need key performance indicators. We need to see financial earnings statements every quarter, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." Okay. So now there's two different, I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. There's two different ARI entities that gave OVO money. Okay. So one ARI affiliate, not the one that is suing, a different one. One ARI affiliate entered into what is called a senior secured loan transaction with OVO IP Holdings. I've told you this. That was May 2025. The loan was for $10 million, and the collateral was the name OVO, the trademarks, the owl logo, and other intellectual property rights. That's stunning. It's absolutely fucking stunning. That's what he had to put on the table, and they said that's worth $10 million. This your king? OV host, this your king? This your $10 million king? They said the brand name, the trademarks, the logo, and other associated intellectual property rights. Okay, that's worth $10 million. What? So it gets worse. They defaulted, according to the lawsuit, on that $10 million deal. So they enter into a forbearance agreement on that $10 million. They come to an agreement. Drake pays a forbearance fee of $75,000 cash US dollars. And then he repays the $10 million in full March of this year, month and a half ago. He paid back the $10 million to secure, re-secure the OVO name, the OVO brand, so on and so forth. They could have not entered into forbearance with Drake. They could have pulled the trigger. If they could not have come to a forbearance agreement that they were happy with, they could have pulled the trigger, and they could have taken the name, and they could have taken the logo, and it would no longer belong to October's very own. So that's separate from that's just kind of background and context and information about the relationship that's in the lawsuit, but it's not what they're being sued over. Okay? So, on ARI does this separate entity, ARI OVO Growth Capital. So now we're talking about that money, okay? After that $10 million loan situation, OVO entered into what is known as a convertible note. No, OVO entered into what is known as convertible note deals, okay, transactions totaling just over $5 million. And what ARI is saying is that these notes weren't just loans, they were designed to potentially turn into ownership in OVO. And what so this kind of complicated, but here's basically what happened. We've already talked about the 10 million. Now we're talking about 5.2 million in notes. Okay. What's known as notes. OVO defaults on those notes, which are, according to the complaint, conversion notes that give ARI a lot of power and ability to own and take control of at least a portion of OVO. The company defaults on the notes, and again, they enter into a forbearance agreement. This time it costs they have to pay a forbearance fee of $150,000 to get back on track. Within the forbearance agreement, there's a bunch of, stipulations of what it is that OVO needs to do in order to remain in good standing on this $5.2 million. These are 5-year transactions. So they reach their peak at a 5-year point. And so basically what happened is OVO defaults on the 5.2 million. They enter into forbearance. He pays the forbearance fee, and then and according to the complaint, acknowledges a bunch of, we're on the hook for this, we owe that, et cetera, yes, we understand that we owe ARI all of this money for all of these various things, okay? They pay $75,000 cash at signing of the forbearance agreement, and then not too long after that, they pay back the original amount that was loaned to them and say, "We don't owe you any more money." And ARI says, "You must be fucking joking. You can't prepay on the principal amount loaned and not pay our make whole fee." So what is a make whole fee? Again, you owe it to yourself to run back the live because we got into it and used several examples of where this pops up. But basically, it's payment for money that they could have earned over the life of their agreement that they now are no longer earning because Drake is trying to, or OVO is trying to get out of that deal early. And so it's basically ARI saying, you can pay us early, but you're going to pay us everything. And if you pay us early, it is defined, and you agreed when you signed the forbearance agreement, you agreed to a make whole fee if there is prepayment to close out these loans, because we lose out on the maturity of our investment. It is it's only supposed to grow. And we have conversion notes. We have an opportunity to convert money you owe us into ownership into your company. You agreed to that. And you want to take all of that away, you're going to have to pay a fee. And Drake said, I don't owe you any additional money. And they said, well, if you'll recall, also when you signed the forbearance agreement, we agreed that if we have to sue you, OVO, a British Columbia corporation, we will sue you in British Columbia. And then they sued them in British Columbia immediately. They're not playing around. Sued them immediately and said, this contract is locked. There's no defense. There's no nothing. They are locked into these terms. And at any point in time, we have the right to our money. They say they're owed over 6 million at this point, and that also the counter keeps rolling on the money because of fines, fees, and interest and default interest. So it's double interest. So every day that passes, that amount of money that OVO allegedly owes ARI OVO only grows. So that's the situation with this lawsuit. It's fascinating. You for damn sure we're going to be following it. 1,000 million billion %. We're going to be following it. And yes, I feel fantastic because I was right. I do feel fantastic. I called it a year and a half ago. I was right. They ain't got no money. And we talked earlier today, and I was talking about how people who like to appear rich usually hold on to their worst assets too long because of what those assets give the public appearance of, instead of focusing on the burden that those assets are causing them. And Drake has always struck me as somebody who would do something like that, hold on to assets too long because he's concerned about the public perception of letting them go. So this is basically what happens when you go on Shark Tank and say, I need some money. And they say, okay, we want this. When you say yes to that, it comes with very stringent terms that really aren't in your favor. They're giving you millions of dollars. So the contractual guarantees and locks, they're going to do everything they can to make those in their favor. And that is, of course, what they have done as they represent in the lawsuit with their agreements with OVO and Drake and the other co-owners. But the thing that is really fascinating, other than the fact that he couldn't get more than $10 million for OVO, just the brand that is wild. In reading this document, we all were like, oh, he's robbing Peter to pay Paul. He's stuck in a cycle of a problem that he does not have a solution to yet. He has a problem with the Royal Bank of Canada. We don't know what that problem is, but he has a problem with them. And part of addressing that problem with them included raising $30 million and then also making an immediate payment of $10 million cash. Suggests he owes the Royal Bank of Canada a lot of money. I mean, sure. I'm sure if he sat down with somebody who was just, a a a bull about business finances and what would need to happen to, right the ship of the company. Yes, but this is a company that operates on vibes. When they got to point out to you, you're asking us for money for marketing and growth, but you don't do marketing. Do you know how crazy it is? First of all, it's accurate. It's accurate. Promotion and marketing are not necessarily the same thing. Being on social media all the time, posting the little videos you make with your friends behind the camera all the time, that's not getting it done. And for a bank to have to say that to a grown-ass man is pathetic. He's a risk. He is an investment risk. And apparently he's not filthy rich when it comes to cash because he could not afford to bail out his own companies. He cannot afford to bail him out his companies with the Royal Bank of Canada. So he's not filthy rich, just swimming in a money pit every goddamn day in that stupid fucking mansion that is also an asset that he's probably held on to for too long because he can't afford to bail out his own companies. He has to go around and beg for money. He has to put his assets on the holster for couch cushion money. What? What? I might have had a drink on my way home. What? So they want their money and they ain't gonna give that man any more. You know, in total, he got, you know, a little over 15 from these two different ARI entities. He needed 30. So presumably if he didn't get it from them, he went to other investment entities to try and get it from them. But either way, he's robbing Peter to pay Paul. And yeah, it's just a cycle of not working. It's not working. And I'm sure there is a lot of fucking fat in the books. Because how do you make $72 million in a year on your lifestyle brand and not walk away with a profit? What the fuck are you doing with all that money? That's absurd. I feel like friends are employed and salaries are inflated. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's the most pathetic, like they can't see shit. OV hoes are just dumb. I had a couple of them try and leave a comment after the live was over. He just paid $15 million to roll out 3 albums, but he's broke. I don't get it. You biscuit head asshole. You're not listening. It's not my fault if you don't have comprehension. We went through the whole fucking lawsuit. I read every goddamn word, explained everything in layperson's terms. The words were on screen. You could have read it your fucking self. You're being willfully dumb. And that's a you problem. You're not tall enough for this ride. I'm old, beloved. Me too. I don't give a good goddamn. What he needs to do is go take that chain somewhere and get it tested. Every diamond. I love that, Claudia. Denial is on the wrong side of the airlock. I know that's right. Yeah, and if he were a billionaire making billionaire moves, then he could pay off these, you know, these little debts himself. He can't. The end. Listen to black women. Anyway, what y'all want from the store? Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button and share the live. This is by far one of the most detailed looks we've ever gotten into the finances behind the OVO business empire. Also, to the person who left a comment like, You brought up PG Lang as a comparison, but you don't know their secrets either. Motherfucker, they're not secrets. They're called Project 3. It's public. When you miss a point to make a point, you the fall off. You want the sour kind or the regular kind? Just so stupid. It's like, why are you what? Come on now. Just dumb. Mhm. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't even really think it matters if he, the what's it? Cat's out of the bag. You can't put the toothpaste back into the tube, whatever. We now know we have confirmation. It doesn't matter if he's able to put together 6 point whatever he owes them right now, pay them and get this lawsuit off the books. He still has the same problem. He still has the same problem. OVO is a money pit. It is a money pit. D. Smith says, "What happened to the 400 million?" As somebody said earlier, if you are advanced 400 million and you pay back 400 million, guess what? You're still broke. Mhm. 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 Yeah. 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 See how easy that is? See how dumb they are? This is why Reason and Stupid don't sit at the same table and why we don't share snacks. They don't think now. They don't think in the simplest, easiest of terms. It's not good. It's bad, bad, bad. Rock Nation strikes again. Yeah, that's because they dumb. That's because they dumb. And so, for anybody who's like, "Oh, wow, she's pretty gleeful that Drake is having problems." Honest to God, that's not it. That's really not it. I've certainly had financial problems. It's not fun, right? What I am happy about and unashamed about is I was right. I made an analysis based on probabilities and a pattern of behavior, and I was right. That's what I am happy about. That fucking docket read was damn near inappropriate at certain points. I was like, whoo, child, this is fun. Yeah, yeah. I love when it all happens on camera too. I love that I made that video, left it there. All the OVO guzzlers and drizzlers came over and were all upset. No, he's not. You know how much money in the 400 million, 400 million. And I stood on business and I'm back again to stand on business again. Go play with your mama. Huh. Mm, mm, mm. Honestly, I think it started long before then, you know? It started long, long, long before then. At the point somebody says, "I need to take a break because this shit is making me sick," they should have taken a break a long time ago. I mean, there are so many things. The things that is really fascinating to me is my theory is that I think one of the reasons why Drake is so bothered, I think there are a lot of things, and this, I mean, this could be a full-on conspiracy. It's fine, okay? It's fine. Matter of fact, let me look something up before I go there so I make sure I'm right. Give me a second. I need to look at a reference real quick. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Ugh. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Jesus, it's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like do I wanna say it? Do I wanna say it? Okay, I'm gonna say it. I feel like Pusha and Malice and Kendrick and a couple other people that Drake really, really despises. I think one of the reasons why Drake is so bothered is because I think that they know his business to a degree that nobody else does because people talk and his camp is porous and they leak everything. And that they troll Drake by just putting things out there in like the plainest language possible. For example, track 8 on Let God Sort 'Em Out. I don't know if you spell it out or if you pronounce it, but it's the EBITDA. I can't begin to tell you how many times that is referenced in this lawsuit. We read it this morning. A couple people made comments in the chat. There were other lyrics that were flowing through my brain from other songs, from them, from Kendrick, from a couple other people where I was thinking to myself, but I didn't have a lot of time to just kind of ruminate with you all because I had a set amount of time this morning, but I was thinking to myself, they know this man's business and they are trolling the shit out of him. What are the fucking chances? What are the fucking chances that there is a lawsuit that is based on that mathematical formula with relation to the OVO company, and these motherfuckers made a song with the same goddamn title. Chat, is it just me? Like, did I go too far? You tell me. Did I go too far? Maybe I went too far. Did I go too hard? I was like, and this is another one. Baby Keem is yes. I was like, my first indication was when Kendrick put the disclaimer in the music video about no OVOs were harmed in the making of. And then we read the lawsuit where Drake is suing, and one of the things he wants is a disclaimer. And then throughout the discovery arguments of the lawsuit before it was dismissed, we get the timeline of when Drake started complaining about the music video and about the song and wanting disclaimers. And I firmly believe that Kendrick knew before he put out the music video. I firmly believe that he knew that Drake was already demanding disclaimers about the song from UMG. And that's why he put that in there, literally to troll him. Like, I know what you're doing. I know you're bitch made. Oh, you want a little disclaimer? You gonna sue? Oh, you want a disclaimer to tell people it's not okay, here it is. I was like, that is a lethal sword strike, and I respect it so much. And now I'm looking at the Clips damn album, and I'm like, the specificity of the terminology and then this lawsuit. I mean, of course, it could be a coincidence. It's a coincidence, right? It's a coincidence, right? Right? Chat, right? 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 I don't think it is. I think they just be just this is like the term quiet luxury. It's like its own other form of quiet shade. I mean, obviously they do go at him directly in certain at certain points, with the specificity murks me. It slays me dead. I'm dead. I'm gone. I'm dead. Okay? Yes, I'm dead. Yeah. Oh god. Delicious. This is another one. It's a coincidence, but have your fun. Oh god, that's why I'm here. That's why I came back, to have my fun. Just to kiki and have my fun. It's just if it is coincidence, it's kismet. You know what I mean? The specificity just kills me dead. It just kills me dead that we literally collectively had a moment when this damn album came out of saying, "What the fuck is EBIT? What?" Having to learn what it is. And then now here comes this lawsuit, and a predicate of it is that and that alone. I'm dead. Slayed. Slayed. Reincarnated, died again. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That boy broke. So yeah, that's it. I really didn't have anything else other than I just wanted to come back and bask in my rightness a little bit. How's that? Yeah. It's funny every time. I mean, sometimes you gotta let these little bitch ass niggas out here know. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. This is high key entertaining. I'm saying, and it's Friday? Shit. And it's Juneteenth? Shit. I know. I know. We haven't had a quiz show in a while. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Other things took over. I'm gonna try and get that in, at some point in time. Might not come back until the fall, but I want to do it at least once a month is the goal. We'll see if it happens. I mean, it had already done happened. We just finally got confirmation of it that yeah, that's what was going on, you know? That's what was going on, and that's what is still going on. The swiftness in which they said, "We ain't playing with this boy. Sue him." Was pretty fucking swift. So, figure it out, bro. You gotta cut the fat, you know? You gotta cut the fat. There are some things that don't stay, you know, in their current form forever and ever. Some things have their moment and their time, and then they fizzle away, and that was the thing that you had at some point in time. But I just yeah, and these entities clearly knew that they were dealing with businesses that weren't managing money well. And as soon as the payment problem started, that's another thing that lets you know that professionals were not involved. Where the fuck are your accountants? This shit should be on lock. You stand to lose everything if you fuck up. You literally were willing to sign away everything for a couple $1,000,000. You'd think the least you would do is make sure Your payment's early. 1 day early. Just a solid 2-4 early. And we all know he's not nice with shit, so yeah, it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing, and there's really no excuse for it. You're just lazy. He can't sell out a stadium to pay his bills, and he's too lazy to put on an entertaining stadium show. I just did a recap of, uh, the lawsuit now that we know all of the entities that were mentioned and the various branches to the kerfuck up that Drake's companies are in, and then, I did a little bit of bragging about being right, chastised some people, and we're basically just, basking in the persona is fake all the way around. Drake is not independent. He literally could have lost the name and the logo is it's just insane. It really is. It really, 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 really is just crazy to me. But it also lets you know how desperate he is for cash. That those were the assets that he was willing to put up to get that money. You don't have any other assets? It's really honestly, it's staggering to me. It really is. It really is staggering to me. Even though I said it a year and a half ago, to see it in black and white, it's just like, wow, not good. Yeah. Oh, I'm not a minstrel. You don't pull my strings and then I just do what the fuck it is that you want. That's funny. Or trying to. No, and I don't particularly care. Yeah, I think Drake is a hoarder. I do. I think he's a hoarder. It's time to sell and shed. That's one necklace that can be broken up. We make a lot of money off of that necklace. Pastel the Blurred says maybe Drake can fight Logan Paul for some money. Baby, he's not allowed to fight. Got his jaw broken in 2 places because he's a bitch ass. And his doctor said, you know what? that could be a problem in the future. We don't know if we wanna clear you to ever get in the ring again. Yeah, there are lots of things that you could just sell instead of trying to keep to give the appearance of being rich. That's just dumb. He's a hoarder. I mean, hello, Matumbo's Pinky. OVO yard sale. I mean, he's pretty much already got that going on Amazon. He don't even own all that. You enter into a deal with Amazon, you got to pay them a cut too. Broke, brokey, broke McBrokester, all the way around. Brokey, broke McBrokester. You know who probably owns all of that merchandising on the Drake side? OVO Merchandising, OVO IP Holdings. The synapses are still firing. I'm still putting pieces together. Maddie Warhol. I wonder just how bad he's in deep with the bank. They said you need to raise $30 million. Not good. Okay. Not good. I have a feeling that he defaulted on a loan, went into forbearance, right? Well, we know that because we read it in the document. So, loan or loans plural. He went into forbearance. They gave him requirements. 30 million investment, 10 million on some specific things up front. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. What's up, beautiful? Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I think they're all in they're all in trouble, you know? They're all in trouble. So, I don't know. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know how much money or what exactly the specificity of the deal is with the Royal Canada, but to satisfy them, he had to come up basically with $40 million. 10 to pay on a thing and then 30 for equity. So he had to come up with 40 mil to satisfy whatever it was that he fucked up with the bank. Yeah, I feel like it was more than 60 mil. It feels pretty big. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, that's why I always said this he's willing to gamble on it. Drake needs cash. When you just reverse, look at the pattern of behavior and then reverse from there, what is the logical reason of why somebody is doing these things that he is doing? Because he needs cash, because he does not have cash. He's totally willing to gamble on the UMG lawsuit because if by some miracle he wins, that is a massive influx of hundreds of millions of dollars in damages. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it's Friday night. It's Friday night up in here. Sydney Portier. Oh my God. We're so back. We're so back, Chad. Woo! Call me Mr. Phibbs. Y'all are the best. This is facts. You Skip is on a roll today. So yeah, chat. I mean, I don't care. I don't care what they say publicly. And, looters know this about me. Once you get sued, I don't give a shit. It's I rarely care or put a lot of weight into what you say publicly unless it's revelatory. I care about what's on the docket. What do you have the nerve to say under penalty of perjury of law to a judge? Because when it comes to these head ass rappers, those two things are usually very different from each other. They're out in public talking smack. They're in court trying to weasel around the fact that they done fucked up in some kind of way. So that's why we pay attention to the docket. So I don't care. I don't care what Axe says about what he thinks he knows about Drake or OVO's money. He doesn't know shit. He is a cuckold. This, this speaks volumes. There is literally nothing anybody can say. Nothing. You can't say Drake is cash rich. Because if Drake is cash rich, he would not have this cascading domino effect of financial problems with various institutions for his companies. Because he, as a rich ass person, would be able to bail out his own companies. He's not doing that. Number one, because he doesn't have the cash to. And number two, they're money pits. Nasty ass cologne. I would agree with this. Aubrey is a pimple on the ass cheek of UMG. I agree with this. I see we're all feeling a bit chippy today. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Exactly. But those people don't know that they're unreasonable. But I do know that they're unreasonable. And I don't give a shit if they don't know they're unreasonable. I'm not playing that game. I'm an adult. He would have no reason to whatsoever. He would have no reason to. Drake is not a smart investment. OVO is not a smart investment. It's a risk. No, not unless you can liquidate. Not unless your investment provides you the opportunity to do that. Wody in a bind. Yep. C. That is correct. And then there's that. For real. Man. Now that's not nice now. You stop that now. That's not nice. Yeah. This is true. This is very, very, very true. And it's super problematic when you live a lifestyle of wanting to look rich 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and always having to like top what rich looks like. So you look richer I mean, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. And when does it stop? When you run out of money, when you cannot afford your own lifestyle anymore. But when you're so concerned about the appearance of being rich, you hold on to money pit assets longer than you should because you like how they photograph. That's dumb. Dumb behavior. This is brutal. I don't recognize no deposits in my bank accounts. I looked. Where is the beef he's cooked? Criminal cases where? Serious allegations in a court of law where? For who? Skip. Yeah. I don't know. I really I mean, I was so sad that I had to leave here and then immediately go and have serious conversations about the real world because I was, for a solid hour after the live earlier today, I was like, I can't believe that motherfucker put up OVO name and logo for $10 million dollars and then defaulted. They could have rocked your shit right then and there. You had to go grovel. You had to go grovel in front of your pimp. You had to empty out your pockets. You had to show them where the stash was behind the medicine cabinet. Give them all that money back there too, just so they wouldn't rock your shit. Steal your platforms, leave you flat-footed with not a fucking thing. Oh my God. 10 million is nothing. 10 million is nothing. You got spending problems, bro. Mm, mm, mm. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. If I'm honest, I in certain cases, not universally for everybody, but I love a redemption story. I love seeing somebody figure out mid fuck up, I'm fucking up, and realize that they need to change their mind and, change their behaviors, reverse course, become aware of the harms that they are potentially doing to other people. The UMG lawsuit trying to fuck off the First Amendment comes to mind. And, for the longest time, there was a very big part of me that was just in complete denial that Drake was going down these various paths. I was like, surely he's going to step back and realize that these things are not good. But as I always say, people do what works for them. And what works for you doesn't have to be healthy. It just has to be what makes you feel in control. And here we are. Some years and months later, and I'm just like, yeah, this boy ain't gonna get it in this lifetime. He ain't gonna get it in this lifetime. And he's been in trouble for a while. Because at the point that you start going in 2024 to try and raise a bunch of money, you've been in trouble before then. You've been in trouble. Yeah, it's to me, I'm gonna make a, kind of arrogant statement here because who the fuck am I to say such a thing? There's a big part of me, as you all know, as a strategist, I struggle with this, where it's just like, this is so unnecessary. It did not have to be this way. But then the human in me who understands that we all are in process is like, well, for Drake's human lived experience, apparently all of this was necessary because this is what works for him. And we would not be seeing any of this happen if he had not determined that these things weren't necessary experiences for him to have. So they are necessary. But dog, this shit is so unnecessary. Some of these problems are just stupid self-made problems. And 1000% avoidable. Could have been predicted as probabilities avoidable. But it works for him to do it. So he continues to do it. And that's how he's going to operate because that's how all people operate. We just have different value systems and different hierarchies of social and internal ego needs that determine our actions and our decisions. But this shit is so unnecessary. So, but I really don't want to hear none of these Drake guzzlers. You can't say shit to me about any aspect of Drake. Don't come and say shit to me about any aspect of Drake at this point in time. Is this your king? Go be pathetic somewhere else. Really? Really? It's not my fault. I didn't make this up. It's all right there in black and white. Don't come at me defending him like he is the greatest fucking thing. And he's perfect and he's got it all together and he's the richest and the sexiest and the smartest and the most strategic and just wait until this and just wait until that. Pull yourselves together. You are exactly what is wrong with the world. Deal with reality. Shoot. I'm sorry, are you putting together your own video on this? Yeah, it's ridiculous. He has a bunch of cash debts across 2 different continents that he's gonna that he's gonna have to rectify. That's a him problem. Oh shucks. Thanks, beautiful. Yeah, it's all just an act. It's all an act. It's all a facade. It's all just smoke and mirrors so that people can't see what the real is going down. This is the real that's going down. So Pastel the Blurred, I'm right there with you. Said $72 million in a year, and you still came out 8 in the red? What the fuck? Rhetorical question, how? Sway. I know how. I've been saying literally the same shit for years. Right? Drake puts people on payroll to be his, to be his friend stand-ins. He pays them bloated salaries so that they don't go anywhere. And that's where the money goes. How many people work at, OVO? How many people are on salary? What kind of money are they making? What's their Benny's package look like? What are the overhead costs? Like, I am just like, yeah, I think it's been a company built on vibes. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Wow. Jazzy 1994. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Love y'all, but unlike Drake, I got to get ready for work. Feel that. Feel that in my bones. Feel that in my bones. No, words have meaning. They have definition. When I say salary, I mean salary. Do you mean extortion or hush money? Is that what you mean? If that's what you mean, say it with your whole chest. It's okay. People have been put on payroll to keep them quiet and to justify money going to them. Sure, that happens. Sure, that could happen. That's not what I'm saying, but if that's what you're saying, okay, I hear you. I'm just hey, this is how we get down here. Baby, I've been done new. I've been done new. And quiet as kept, ain't a woman in my circle really that didn't been done new. That he a whole farce. A whole farce. And then allegedly there's that. And then allegedly oh wow. Oh my god. So farce gone. Y'all are so you're so quick with it. I just love it so much. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, and I was really quite honored to bring this information to the masses this morning. I really was. I was like, "How early can I pull off going live? Because I wanna get out in front of this as quickly as possible." I got this at 9:38 last night. I was like, "Oh, yeah, live in the morning, baby. Live in the morning." Ooh. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, Maddie's getting warmed up for all the frauds. Damn. It's Nader said, "So far it's gone." Take credit. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I did. I did. I fell asleep researching the British Columbia court system and deadlines and things like that. I fell asleep. Actually fell asleep early, so I woke up very, very early. So I was able to get some things done before starting alive at 8:30 in the morning. I would have started it at 8. Was literally excited. Like, open, open, open. I couldn't wait. God's verdict. Mm, mm, mm. Made for hire. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. If you're repossessing, this it. Back to broke. He also didn't have good music to drop, so there's that problem too. Wasn't just scheduling. It was lack of the required content. Nothing was the same after they took the house. Damn. No money. Y'all are Oh, I love y'all so much. You're so great. 8 AM at the CPA. One debt. Repo man. Mm. This is what happens. This is what happens. Flow state. Baroque at 5 PM. If you're reading this, it's too late. Certainly hits different now. It sure does. Aubrey about to have open to work on his LinkedIn is crazy. Oh, man, that's such a good mental visual. Thank you so much. Okay. YOLO. You often lose often. It's hilarious. Dishonestly, never mind. That's bump. That's a good one. Shebang in court. That shit is funny. I can make this graphic. That's what makes me love it so much. I'm like, I can make that. I can make that. That's perfect. I love it. God, it's man, this is such a crazy situation. It really is. It really, really is. Drake be playing in people's faces. He really do. I've heard that before. Bless your heart. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Money gone, Delilah. That's a good one. Most debt I've ever had. Wow. Certified loaner. Mm, mm, mm. The arbitration, part 6. Brutal. Some structured settlements for you. That was really good. I'm bulletproof. First person default. Genius. Fake diamond ass chain. Certified loner boy. Certified hobosexual is crazy. How many glasses of wine have you had? It's Friday night. What's the matter with you? Certified hobosexual. Oh my God. Mm, mm, mm. Janice, I'm sorry. That's funny. That's funny. You can be housed and be a hobosexual. Hey, his loss. Touche. Very good. Controller asset management. Honestly, your debt card has declined. Very good. Pay them never or pay them later. Oh gosh, Janice, shut the front door before the marshal gets in. Only if it's fraudulent. Make them pay because I can't. Audrey, pay the fuck up. Oh, this is a good one. Say, Drake, I hear you got no funds. Ooh, ooh, this is a good one. October's very rent to own. Oh my God. Oh, that's good. I got to give you all the things. I'm bulletproof. Yeah. You even get. Yeah. Girl, that was great. Nothing will be paid. Wow. Oh. Wow, that's crazy. Hotline cash blown. Mhm. 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 Is there more money? Nope. You know, I mean, it's like planets have aligned. Drake is being sued. His companies are falling apart. It's Juneteenth. It's Friday. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of things that have just aligned for this perfect moment. I knew I made the right choice to come back here. I had a good feeling that I made the right choice to come back here, and I'm right. Thank you very much. Yep. But drink some water, take some Tylenol. You go be laughing so hard you get a headache up in here. uh, take care of your payments. Because honestly, this is what I thought when somebody referenced it earlier. If you're reading this, you've been served. Oh gosh. Yeah. God's plan to decline. Views from the courthouse. Mm, 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 mm. Credit lines. Young money, cash, nothing. 9 a.m. at the teller. In too deep with the bank. Credit slide. That's hilarious. Credit slide is funny. That's funny. Ah. Hold on. They're foreclosing home. That's crazy. God's payment plan is wild. Could you imagine God being like, "Nah, I'm gonna need a promissory note before I let you in." Yeah, Imma need I me and my cousin, we had a good long conversation. I agreed to take you, but Imma need a promissory note. You're gonna have to pay at least 40% of it before I actually open the gates for your ass. Default one time, see what happens. God ain't playing with that boy. More life. He's so dumb. Or more debt. Tuscan pleather is disrespectful. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. It shit is hilarious. Tuscan pleather was sitting right there. Just sitting right there. Oh my god, you guys are so good. 5 PM in default? Yep, that's what the document said. I'm broke. My heart. What a time to be declined. Ooh, ooh. God said, and when you get to the bottom, I'm gonna need your left thumbprint. Thank you very much. That's when you know you sus. Okay, that's when you know they know you sus. Mm, mm, mm. Broke for what? Yeah, he did. He's I need better contracts. What kind of contract you got? What you got? You didn't have to sue to see it. Kendrick said he would share the information with you. But no. Fire and Desire 2. Cease and desist is wild. Whoo! Wow. Mm, 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 mm. He really did need a max win. Yes, he did. Wants and needs alone. 12:01 after the due date. That makes me sweat a little. You're triggering me a little. Family Debt Matters. Ooh. What's My Balance featuring Rihanna. Now that is mean. That is very mean. That is just mean. You win. That was great. Featuring Rihanna is cold work. Now you know he's sensitive about that now. Ah, no fiscal guidance is facts. That can go on the autobiographical album. No fiscal guidance. Mm, mm, mm. Ended at the bottom. Broke baby daddy is crazy. What did I miss? The fine print. Yep. Oh, not like us. Young money bailout. In my forbearance. Oh my God, so fucking great, you nerd. Too broke for the radio. Ooh. Vancouver freestyle. BC court to be exact. What did I miss? Another payment. Hotline pawn. Some debt and liability for you. Honestly, never paid. This is brutal. Oh, I told you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, whew. This is charge me later. He needs that. What's it called? Klarma? What's it? Yeah. Yeah, he needs that one. Ah. Mm, mm, mm. Last name missing, first name payments. Last name missing, first name payments. Oh my God. I can't afford Versace, Versace, Versace. Oh, oh, Jesus. This is crazy. Certified insolvency. Yeah. Woo. I'm spent. No need to change the title. Woo. Wow. Well, Janice, I need some money. Pretty much. This is what we know. We know Drake does not have shut the fuck up money. We know Drake does not have shut the fuck up money. You know who has no you shut the fuck up money? Literally everybody but Drake. He ain't even got please pipe down money. Nope. He ain't even got please pipe down money. That's why Drake doesn't have a woman. He's got to pay sex workers for companionship. And Baca. But anyway. I know when that hotline bling, it can only mean one thing: debt collectors. Debtor freestyle is crazy. Broke ties. Walk it, talk it, hawk it. Drake, who's winning the finals next year? Drake. Paying for. Does he have layaway money? Good question. Drake can't even get a Guitar Center loan at this point. Is crazy work. Damn. Mm, mm, mm. That GNX tour made him sick. I think there are several things that gave that boy a tummy ache. Several things gave that boy a tummy ache. Broke Hour mixtape. Reverse mortgage in Canada is crazy. Janice, please give me until Friday. It's crazy. Financial matters. Whew. I mean, my head, I am starting to get that like, oh God, that little brain ache a little bit. Y'all making me laugh too hard now. Stop that. Everybody goes through their financial difficulties now. It really is. It really is. I mean, this is so fucking accurate. 8:30 a.m. in British Columbia courts. Shit. Not nonstop. Just stop. For all my debts. Oh, bravo to you. That's a good one. Drop, 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 drop 50 bands so the bill collectors stop. Woo! Live from the gutter. Again, no need to change the title. Drake doing concerts at Payday Loans is crazy. Ooh. No telling when he'll have the money. Buried Alive 2. No need to alter it. Ooh. Deado mode. Wow. Putting the debt collectors on D&D. Drizzy just like me for real, for real. Yes. This is his most relatable thing in a year. I think it's his most relatable thing in like 2 years. For sure, for sure. Definitely. First person debtor. Buried alive. Someone come dig me up. Debt cemetery. Laugh now, pay later. Jimmy Cooks in the back of the Chipotle. Oh my God. Oh, why could I see that? Bring back Degrassi. That would be the pre-story. That would be the pre-story character arc before the first episode where we meet him in the back of a Chipotle after his failed career. Yes. Buried alive in interest. I was running through the 6 from my debt. Woo, Lord. 6 a.m. at the Gold for cash. Wow. Something into nothing. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Pay you later. Y'all are wow. Jimmy cooks the books, shebang. It's so great. It's really great. Woo, child. Well, Yeah. I don't know, what else to say. Shout out to Sharice and Phyllis and Robin and Anna. Thank you for your contributions to the Docket Fund. Appreciate you. Drake was a prophet. Pharrell's changed for real, about to get melted down. Man. Thank you, beautiful. Happy Juneteenth to you as well. Calling JG Wentworth to say, F that debt that they know I have. I know you know that I'm desperate for some cash. Mm, mm, mm. That's what you get. Come back when I get paid. Season. Brokey hour. Oh god, no, he doesn't. No, he definitely doesn't. No. No. If it were me, I would be convinced that it was cursed and I'd give that motherfucker right to him. Here. I'm sorry. Take it. Mm-mm. 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 Payday loan poppy. Good Lord have mercy. You all have titty twisted Drake to within an inch of his life. We got a couple minutes left. AMA. Not the phone number. I sure did, baby. A year and a half to be exact. Mm-hmm. What is it? The bills? Mm, 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 mm. I did see it. Yes. I watched it over the weekend and uh people were acting like the performances really like dominated the movie, but I didn't find that to be the case. I thought it was actually pretty appropriately balanced. I thought it was good. I thought it was compelling. I thought it was tragic, right? Just the juxtaposition of there was something wrong with Michael psychologically from a very young age. Yeah. And uh, it's evident that people around him were aware of that in their own way. And because there was no real independent support for him emotionally and psychologically, it's like once the damage was done, it was done. And you can see the end of his life at the beginning of it. But I don't want to get too deep. But that's what I honestly thought. Hmm. Yeah, Coleman Domingo did a great job. I thought Nia Long was revelatory. I found myself really proud. Um, I've watched Nia Long since the beginning of her career, and I really just found myself really proud. I believed her as Catherine, and I thought she did a really, really good job, and that was enjoyable. I haven't seen it. Don't have HBO Max right now. We'll watch it eventually at some point in time. Um, Questlove's documentaries tend to be really, really good. So, and if I'm not mistaken, he did this one too. So, at some point in time, I'll check it out. Yeah, she gets typecast. I think overall we're just I think we are so comfortable with her because she's been around for so long that we don't really give her credit when she's acting because we're maybe too familiar. And so Nia Long really disappears into the character. Like she's not there at all. And she was mesmerizing. Her energy was really strong. And you're openly being a bitch ass nigga. I mean, you know. I don't even like yeah. Anyway, as I was saying. Moving on, moving on. Don't know, don't care. Yeah, don't know, don't care. I don't think that he was possessed. I think that that is I don't think that that is the case. Oh, also shout out to Tanya P for supporting the Docket Fund. Appreciate you. I think that he worked really, really, really hard um, to embody another human being's organic rhythm. And I think that that is very hard to do. And it is shocking to see. Yeah, we don't argue with stupid here. We just airlock your ass out. They super mad today. They super mad today because I came into the live this morning hot, all happy. Hey guys. Hey guys. I know they were like, this fucking bitch again. And I know they're like, God damn, what Drake do now? Why is she so happy? Oh, he fucked up. He fucked up real bad. Definitely. Definitely. And I genuinely don't think anybody else could. I don't believe anybody else could. I think it would have been, it's already at times almost off-putting, but I think it would have been straight up weird to just see some rando, found actor we've never seen before, or some impersonator from another. That would have been minstrelsy. I d I just I don't think it could have been done any other way. And he rose to the occasion, and he put in a lot of hard work, and he should be proud. He should be proud. The casting was everything was good. The casting of Bill, and it was all just like, the brothers in the Jackson 5, Joe and Catherine. It was just like, wow. Yeah. So, there probably will be another movie, because they made that money quick, and, good for them. Good for them. Yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of comments that didn't make the cut after the fact. But, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's typical. That's typical. Yep, only the highest grossing musical biopic of all time. It started just shooting past things. I was like, "Wow, this is great." And as soon as all of the critics came out and trashed it, I was like, bet." And we done seen what happened. So, yeah, I'm really, from that extent, happy to everybody who poured in, to that. And I've said this before, for cultural reasons, very sensitive about depictions of the dead, whether it's AI or AI voices, or even just emulating the, image and likeness of a person. I can be really, really sensitive to that depending on the context of the situation. So, yeah, I felt like you said, he did Michael proud. Well, that was only on for 5 minutes. It wasn't a permanent subscriber only mode. It was just, you have to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes to be able to chat. Um, and I definitely have hate subs, which always blows my mind when they rear their heads in the comment section and I can see that they're a subscriber and they're trying to rip me one. I'm like, "What are you doing here? Why are you here? You're always talking about Drake. Did you not see the very first video on this channel? Drake, get away from me. I don't need to justify shit to you. Period." People are, "Oh, you eating off of Drake again, eating off of Drake again." As Curtis King pointed out, no, I'm eating off of my work, my analysis, my time that I put into content on this channel about anybody. Val Kilmer is, yeah, leading in a movie. AI Val. Stupid. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And this is what I always say, go start your own channel. Leave me alone. You don't like it, don't watch it. You don't agree with it, I don't care. Facts don't agree whether or not you acknowledge them, and neither do I. For real. I didn't watch the thing, but I saw that it exists and it's disgusting. Yeah, I saw that. Gross. Just gross. Do better. Unnecessary. Do better. I want no parts. I think it's tacky. I think it's tacky. Agreed. Mhm. Yeah, I don't want any parts. There have been a couple people that have survived a scolding and have checked themselves. I think, one of the things, unfortunately, that people are very used to is being an asshole on the internet in the comment section, right? And there have been a couple people, I'm not going to call you out, but they're members of this community today who, first came across this channel, came into a live, and were kind of shitty to people. And I literally said, just, hey, you don't have to do that here. You don't have to do that here. You don't have to snap at people, preemptively before they come for you because they're not going to come for you. We don't do that here. And there were people who comported themselves accordingly and were like, oh, okay. And then you saw a whole different side of them. And then there were other people that just caught the airlock and that was it, you know? And then still some people who could hang for a while and then could not resist being shitty. And it's like, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not obligated to put up with you. And I've definitely had people tell me that it's mandatory that I read their comments and respond to their comments because I exist on YouTube for their entertainment. And my response is, no, I don't. Fuck off. And you're blocked. I don't know you shit. Period. Oh, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. And I've definitely had to do put a couple people on blast, by hinting at personal information about them, during the Diddy sentencing era. I had a bunch of documented abusers coming at me crazy during lives and after lives. You got a record for kidnapping, abuse across various states. Then you also beat some kids. Get out of my chat. Trying to defend Diddy, your ass been to prison 3 times for beating and choking and otherwise abusing women and kids? If you don't fuck off, no. But I had a sense, like, especially I always tell people, do not act crazy in somebody's chat when your at is your first and last name and the year that you were born. I will find you easily within seconds. I will find out information about you easily within seconds. If you have a job, I will know who your employer is and how to contact them. Don't play stupid games. You will win the dumbest of fucking prizes with me. It's crazy to me. So there have been a couple people that I've had to make an example out of just because, people play in content creators' faces, but people really play in black women's faces on the internet. The shit that people say to me is just like, "Wow, you really fixed your fingers for that, huh? Okay, cool, cool. I'm not the one." And And don't fuck with my friends either. Don't fuck with my friends either. I'm on it so fast. I'm one of those people who's I'm the anger translator in the back, just waiting for you to be like, actually, I'm gonna tag you into this. Yeah, put me in, coach. Put me in. I'm about to put the fear of God into these mofos. Shoo. Yeah, back up off us. Back up off us. Stupid on purpose. Shoot. It is one of the most stunning things that I can't believe. First name, last name, and then it's 1964. I'm not a dumbass. I have your first name and your last name. Now I know what year you were born. I might be able to find some things out about you on your YouTube channel, even if the last video you posted was 9 years ago and it's gaming. I'll listen to that whole fucking thing to hear your conversation. Oh, I'm sorry, you're in Missouri? Okay, so when I look you up by your name and your birth date, I get 15 responses, but only one of them is in Missouri. Oh, look at that. Social media handles match. I got you. Let's go look at your record. Let's look at where you've lived. Let's see how many times you've been arrested. What have you been arrested for? Probably beating a woman, driving drunk. That's another common one for people who talk shit. Lots of that. Yeah, don't play with me. I told my wife, I think I just contacted the equalizer. Oh, they get it twisted. Oh, look at the little nerd in her little square box. I will take these earrings off so fast. Yeah, don't play with me. That's it right there. I'm not a strategist for no reason. I ain't Boo Boo the Fool. I ain't one of your little friends. I'm not falling for the okey doke. Neither. They be so dumb. They be so dumb. Very specific set of skills. Yep. Yep. I do. I know my lanes. Okay. Toodaloo. Neener, neener. That was a full bot, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. And Skip is like, y'all laughing. You think it's cute. She's scared for real. This is also very facts. Names with numbers don't fool ABSA. It just makes her mad and motivated. Straight up, straight up. Yeah. There's a solution to all things. There's a solution to all things. Hey, beautiful. Good to see you. Good to see you. We laughing, but it's quite serious. Oh man, y'all are great. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that you appreciate my specific set of skills. I really do. I was I was like, wow, this live is going to be really interesting because I've never read a document like this before, and it's we're going to be using words that we've never used before, and now we're a couple hours later, and y'all are swapping out, the big words for, into Drake song titles. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so proud of us. Depreciation Poppy. I'm like, oh, you guys are so good. You're so good. That makes me really happy. makes me feel like I did a good job explaining it. So, shifting to fate. I stand by my the aliens landed in your yard. Who you calling? ABSA. I'm calling ABSA in like 90% of emergencies. I'm calling ABSA. I do tell people, especially people that I care about, um, don't not call me because you didn't want to bother me. Because that means that by the time you call me, it's probably gotten worse when you could have just called me in the first place. If I love you, if I care about you, it's not a bother at all. So, yeah. And, usually it's 50-50. Sometimes I get the phone call like, "I'm calling you because you said to call you if anything changes, if anything changes." And then the other 50% is, "I know you said to call you, but I didn't call you, and now here's where things are right now." I'll be like, "Okay, let's hear it." So, yes, I do like to help people with their problems, but I'm also very, real with myself and with people about what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. If they tell me something and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do anything about that, I just tell people that's not my wheelhouse. If I can make some, some references or suggest some steps, I will do that. But I try not to blow smoke just so people think that I can do shit that I can't actually do. That's really ineffective and it fucks your integrity. So Black women can't really play with that. So I try not to. You're stupid. I think she took it as a challenge. Her efficiency was unreal. Oh my god, that is the greatest compliment you could pay me. She'll never have an enemy in me. I'm apologizing in advance. Y'all should too. You're so serious. You're so silly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will have a phone. I'll meet with almost anybody. People don't believe me, but it's true. I'll meet with almost anybody. That doesn't mean that I will help you or that I can help you, but I will accept a phone call from anybody. I'll have a meeting with anybody because at the very least, I'm going to know more about somebody or something at the end of that meeting than I did before it. And 9.9 times out of 10, that knowledge will serve me in the future in something probably completely unrelated, whether it's a month or a decade later, it will serve me. So I'll meet with almost anybody. That's funny. I do get that comparison at times. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy checking in with all of the channels this weekend to see what's going on. What's Moni talking about? What are Skip and DJ talking about? What's Curtis King talking about? What's Starsky talking about this weekend? Because yeah, 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 we had about 4,000 people come through that live this morning while it was live. So uh it's about doubled since then. So I did my part. That's all I can do. I did my part. There'll be some shorts up either tonight or tomorrow. So that was another reason why I wanted to get out early because I know that there, and I'm not necessarily saying it's any of those channels, but I do know that there are some friendly channels that are like, let me just hear what ABSA has to say about this because this is a lot of terminology, a lot of words, and part of my motivation was, oh my god, I'm so excited, I can't wait to tell y'all. Another part of my motivation was like, I want to get this information out so that it's helpful for other people that do commentary. Um, Hopefully to understand like what this is and why I feel like it's significant aside from just I was right. Kiki says, from here on out, he's going to try as hard as possible to not look broke, throwing 1 mil in Magic City, buying cars for fans, crazy steak and Poly Market bets, etc., etc. Right, right, right. Yes. And that is, he just perpetuates the problem himself, having to maintain that appearance of being rich and not having money problems. They're also going to act like, I'm me or other people are stupid because like Drake is just because the company is having problems doesn't mean Drake doesn't have money, which is why I was mindful to keep saying if Drake had it, he could bail out his companies on his own. He doesn't have it because he's broke. Doesn't matter how you shuffle the cards at the end of the day, broke. Drake is the Joker. Already made that video too. Claudia, as long as he doesn't bet in favor of Mexico, I don't care. You've got your priorities in order. You really do. You really do. I feel you 1000%. It is. It is. Yeah. 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 I thought, I think that he thought it was okay. So, boom, all we got to do is. And that's how these different, transactions of loans and needing money seem to have been dealt with. Okay, so boom, all we got to do is whoop whoop over here, boom 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 over here. We'll pay them the 10 racks with this money. Then we'll get this money from over here and use that for. And it's just like, bruh, how much money do you owe the bank in Canada? Yeah, they can't tell me shit about this man. Period. No spin is going to work on me. Period. Even where they seemingly explain away a problem, there's a superseding bigger fucking problem. It's crazy. It's a good question. I feel like we might have had this conversation before, but I'm not sure. What's okay? So, boom in Canadian. I don't know if we have any representatives of the delegation. Baby, don't nobody give a fuck if you're tired of this channel or not. Go fuck yourself and get out of here. Your opinion is completely irrelevant. I don't give a shit what you think about me. I don't give a shit what you think about this channel. You are completely unimportant and insignificant to my life. I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you type. I hate the way that you sneak watch my channel and then pop in to talk shit like I'm going to give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You don't pay a bill. You don't fuck me. You don't put shelter over my head. You are completely insignificant to my life. I don't give a shit. I'm just so tired of your channel. The fuck? Now, when Skip is pointing and laughing at you, you know you done fucked up. He's a good man, Savannah. He laughing at you. You done fucked up. Blue box ox. Yes. Yeah, I do believe these cash endorsements have been because of cash, being cash poor. So I did a video January 2025. Drake is broke. You can start there, and then you can skip to this morning's live where we did a full read. And then I did the recap at the beginning of this live because we learned some things actually reading that document today that were very illuminating about the OVO brand at large. And, various subsidiaries are in serious trouble. Serious trouble. And Mans could have lost it all just a couple months ago is crazy. Drake really could have lost the company, the name OVO, and the owl just a couple months ago is wild. Respect. I mean, you don't play and you suffer no fools. And I've been witness to that firsthand. Game recognized game. Oh, baby, we've been all over that for 2 years. Yes, he does. Full agree. Yeah, that's the other thing. People don't understand that we can see things about them. If you come into the live or into the comment section talking crazy to me on a first time comment, baby, you ain't gonna make it. What's your end goal in announcing your departure? We do not care, beloved. Verily, I say, get wrecked. Thank you. Mhm. I wouldn't either. It would be a smart decision. It would really be a smart decision to let that it's time to pare down. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pare down, especially as a rapper. You can't just keep all of these assets that require cash or keep accumulating assets that require cash. You cannot keep doing that. You have to pare down and diversify outside of what you are able to generate on your own because clearly it's not enough. This is a great point. Thank you, Fateless, for putting this. Buy auntie some dinner. I've been working hard all day. This is a great point, Phantom Black 94. He's broke and was months away from losing everything, and he still couldn't pour that feeling into the music. Oh, baby, you in the right place. That's absolutely right. The motivation was right there. You still couldn't do it. Mm, mm, mm. Again, payroll. Payroll. Cut all them niggas that you pay to just stand near you and make you look like you have friends. Yep, that's the OVO payroll right there. I love this. Shout out to the mod squad. Random, but I kind of love that the mods give reference vids for certain things said. I don't know why it makes me so happy, but it makes me giddy. It makes me very happy too. And I think also for me, it's just a practical thing of like, oh, I've talked about that before. I've done a video before, or and people are typically genuinely interested to see that. A lot of people don't think about what I may have produced before the very moment that they're watching me, especially if they're watching me for the first time. A lot of people don't even stop to think like, let me go look at what else she has produced or search on my channel for a topic or whatever. They just kind of like it's just not there for them. And so for some people, it's very obvious and they deserve a little bit of a snappy response because fuck you, go check the channel before you try and spin the block on me. And then with other people, it's like, oh, I've done a video on that. Here's the link to it. You know what I mean? Welcome. Yeah, there's information for you. I'm seeing y'all out the corner of my eye. Yes. Yes. People do what works for them. Drake's ego is his main value point for him. Huh, I love a real one day one. In your first video, you said Drake should fire everyone. And the amount of hate I got from people saying, do you know how absurd you sound? No company can just fire everybody at the same time. They have to deal with this, they have to deal with that. There needs to be some crossover. No, that is not true. Have you ever worked in a C suite in a corporation? Don't spin the block on me. I have. I've also advised C suites and boards. So I've been through the here's how you fire everybody and turn everything over into something new. Yep, I said that in my first video and I stand by it, but I've since given up. The boy gonna continue to boy. But yeah, thank you, beautiful. I try. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, not everything needs to be handed off. Some people just need to be fired. And then you figure it out after the fact. Period. You secure whatever institutional access they have, and then you fire them. You've secured the asset, they're locked out, so you can move on now and figure it out. Will it be difficult? Sure. But if you hire an actual goddamn professional who does the thing that you just fired your fake friend for, guess what? They know how to figure it out for you. That's their fucking job. That's their special skill set. Yeah. He can't do that. Yes, he could. Yes, he absolutely could. He could fire everybody. These people ain't doing shit. Lux Vintage, shout out to you. Thank you very much for the Docket Fund support. Exactly. Exactly. They're not going off of nothing. They're going into the accounts of the person you just fired and, reverse engineering what the fuck is going on, or at least pinpointing the last time something was going on. Yeah. That's usually their first order of business is we need a little bit of an audit to determine where we are with this scope of work. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Yep. most companies go through something, especially if they were a bubble. If they didn't have organic, sustainable growth over a period of years, they're probably a bubble based on some factor. And the factor in this case is Drake. It's not the actual cologne, right? As one example of an OVO product. It's not the cologne, it's Drake. Drake has been a bubble. Bubbles are money pits. And so there's this overinflation of Drake has this much money. Everybody's always talking about him in the hundreds of this and the millions of that and the da 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 da. The name and the logo aren't worth more than $10 million on a loan. I don't even know what to say. Now, granted, that's not a sale price, but still, that's really fucking significant. That is massively significant. They're only willing to give you $10 million for the thing that is supposed to be the cornerstone of your legacy of being a rich ass nigga. You broke. Shebang. All bubbles pop. That's right. No, they're just going from paycheck to paycheck, living the, lifestyle of somebody who is successful. None of these men are financially free. So they're not successful. This is why when people get all up in their feelings about how come PG Lang hasn't signed more artists, shut up and stay in your own lane. You don't know business development or KPIs if they punched you in the fucking face. Mind yours. They're doing exactly what it is they need to be doing. Period. It's crazy. I mean, it's back with UMG. That's what an advance is. You got to pay it back. And this is the other thing. We don't know all their business. We don't know how many artists they have signed. We don't know what they're, of course, people try to come into the comments. You don't know PG Lang's secrets either. Well, this isn't a secret. It's on a public docket. So there's that. And also, okay, so Drake's got insolvent ass OVO, and its subsidiaries. Kenny and Dave Free and PG Lang have Project 3, a multinational corporation. Why are you talking to me? Your boy that was gonna do the FIFA World Cup, this, that, and the other, they ain't nowhere. You know what Project 3 is doing for the World Cup? Do you know? Do you know? Do you pay attention? No, you don't pay attention because that's marketing and fucking advertising. And as this lawsuit has just reminded us of something we've known all along, Drake and OV Hoes don't work at that level of professionalism. Hoes with no standards is crazy work. I agree. Hell no. They would have no reason to. Unless they're getting part ownership of the company, they would not just help him out. They don't give a shit. They don't care. You have a company that is losing millions of dollars every year. If we don't get some ownership and some control over that company, why would we give you money? They would have no reason to do that. Help him? They have no reason to do that. Lawsuit or not. It's not a smart business investment. It is risk and loss under its current operational model. I know their shit's not on a court docket. I know that. How about that? It's make money. It's capitalism. It's make money or get out of my face. Exactly, Kiki. They would be losing money if they helped him. He'd never recoup. And that's why I was saying, like, this is a whirlpool spin cycle, losing cycle that Drake is in right now with companies that are losing money. Apparently, a massive bank loan in Canada that he has defaulted on. And now him running around trying to patch together money so that whatever the fuck is going on with the bank in Canada doesn't snatch whatever they would be entitled to snatch. We don't know at this point. We could find out this year if this continues to be a problem and it really does spiral out of control. And he hasn't been able to raise the capital, hasn't been able to satisfy the bank and their concerns. This could only get worse. But even if he's able to stave it off, he has got a problem he has not solved. You have to turn a business around to start making a profit off of it. And he's already behind. You're not breaking even. You're 8 mil under. A year? Problem. Problem. Yeah, you might want to do your homework before you just start popping off things you don't know anything about. Just a thought. Since they just got an offer and fucking rejected the shit out of it, don't come here talking about shit you don't know anything about. You look like a dumbass. There's educated people here. You're not tall enough or old enough to be on this ride. Have a nice day. Ain't nobody got time for that. Go out the way you came, beloved. Don't nobody care. I'm not here for ignorant audience hot takes. So, what y'all doing this weekend? Y'all got anything exciting going on this weekend or anything fun that you're looking forward to this weekend? 2026, a fast odyssey. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, you're gonna have a full weekend. Pride tomorrow, Juneteenth on Sunday. Awesome, awesome. Pretty much, definitely that happening, definitely that. Super demure, super chill. Love that too. Ooh, bless your heart. there's a place for not much. There really is a place for not much. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean you're doing something, that's just a date on the calendar. But if you are doing something on Father's Day, as some of you definitely are, happy Father's Day to all of the dads in the chat holding it down. Father's Day, yet another watch party. I love it. Nice. Snuggles and binge watching. Nice. Working all weekend. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna get through it. You can replay gang a bunch of our lives. Have me in your ear, learn some things, cackle, cackle. Yeah. Yo, man, the way I am staying away from downtown Seattle, I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts until the World Cup is over. Yeah. I mean, it'd be like that, you know? It'd be like that. Aw, that's good. That'll teach them grit, and grit is important. Well, that's good. That's good that you at least have that, and you can have pride with yourself in your house, hopefully, you know? If that is a safe space for you. You deserve that. Fuck the outside. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I've so far been able to stay away from it, but I don't want no parts. I don't wanna get caught up in the I just no, I just see all those people and go, "Ooh, germies. No, thanks. I'm good. Y'all have that. Have fun. Yay, yay." Having said that, I definitely have been enjoying how much people are enjoying the World Cup. Um, I really think whatever reprieve we can get, is good for us. So I definitely don't fault people for that. I'm definitely getting enjoyment out of it, but I've also made the commitment that like aside from occasionally going to a bar or something to watch a game, I'm not going to give like FIFA any money. I'm not going to like a city organized watch party that costs money. I'm not paying for a subscription service to be able to watch the games. I'm not doing any of that. No. No. Me too, and I'm in a city where, you don't immediately get assaulted on the street if you mask. So, I mask too, but I also just don't have any reason to go around all those fucking people. So, I'm not gonna. It was a good week. We had good weather all week. All week. So, well, I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. I may see you again this weekend. I may not. We'll just see what happens. But as I said in the earlier live today, shout out to y'all. I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, everybody coming through this morning who was able to. Shout out to the replay gang for also coming through. Y'all liked that video. You left comments on that video. You shared the video, meaning the live from earlier today. So appreciate you for that very, very much. I'm glad that I was able to come back and like just marinate with y'all. And then, y'all did the dozens and wrecked that boy, and it was fantastic. I'm going to enjoy the replay of this tonight, my damn self. I'm going to cackle quite a bit watching the replay of this. So thank you very much. And as always, thank you again to the Mod Squad for holding it down, keeping us safe, and keeping the biscuit heads out. And shout out to everybody who has contributed to the docket fund. Um, yeah, for making this possible. This is going to be an expensive ass fucking docket, but it's going to be worth it. So we'll get through it together. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button on your way out if you didn't hit it on your way in. And if you have an extra, 45 seconds, stick around until this is over to leave a comment. So more people from our community will see that we had this live. All right, y'all. See you soon. Take care. Peace.